I hope you are getting a lot out of these videos about my life. I started it because I want to advocate for people with disabilities that we can survive through a normal life. And we can have the best life that we are dealt, despite our challenges that we go through. So ages 10 to 15, been doing physical therapy, got into occupational therapy, speech therapy, all at the same place, which is child and family development. I don't know if it should change their name since I have been going there, but it was child and family development. I had worked with a few different therapists for physical, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Occupational therapy was only for a couple of years because it taught me how to use my hands and use my tools that I needed to be able to feed myself and pick up things and stuff like that. Physical therapy only lasted for about till the age of 15 because we become teenagers and we don't really care or have any kind of ambition to do things in the teenage years except for what we want to do. And we are really rebellious. So, about 15 or so, I quit all of those therapies and just tried to do it. Take the stuff that I had learned and apply it to my daily life. I had gotten a new chair, a power chair, by this point, which at this point we moved into my house that my mom built for me around the year 1993. This house that my mom had built was 5-foot doorways, all accessible in and out of the house, all accessible all around the property, even the pool, getting down to the pool. The deck had a ramp, concrete driveway, and all that jazz. Elevator till I was about 28, but we'll get to that point in some later videos. But at the age of 15, going out with friends and stuff like that, I was mainstreamed all the way up through school. I never had a special class except for in high school, where I had a class where I would get to go and do my homework if I had any during the third period in high school. But other than that, I was pretty mainstreamed all the way up. And nobody really messed with me because they knew that I would run them over if they tried to do anything to me. Plus, I also had a lot of friends that if something got said or if something happened, I would have a lot of people that have my back to stick up for me. So, 10 to 15 in the years was a lot more easier for me than the early part of my life, because I had a lot more say on where I could go or do or what I could communicate with people that I wanted. So I had a lot of friends going through school. They love to be around me. I am a social butterfly. I barely meet a stranger. So all the way through school, all kinds of friends who would help me out. They would take me to class or help me carry my books to class, is how I should really put it. Because nobody had to push me anywhere once I got my power chair. So they would help me to class, carry my books or whatever I had. And they would, when we had gym or anything like that where I couldn't do what we were doing in class for that day, like volleyball or stuff like that, that the teachers put as an agenda, I would have a friend and we would just sit aside and watch everybody do whatever the activity was. So, fast forward a little bit to middle of high school. I was in ROTC class in high school. I did the classwork, no problem. I had no problem doing the classwork. I passed all my classes with an A or B. And one day I went to my colonel in ROTC and I was like, look, everybody is doing the PT test. I want to try to do it. Can we make a few exceptions on how I can achieve this ribbon? Because we have ribbons on our uniforms. And he was like, let me think about it and I'll get back to you and let you know what I come up with. I was like, great. I can do sit-ups, I can do whatever you need me to do. So I did the sit-ups, I did, I can't remember if I did the push-ups or not, but there was also a time where I had to do a 1 mile run, which was included in that ribbon. So I was like, hey, can I get in my walker and walk around the track one time or however many times I needed to be able to achieve this achievement. So I did the sit-ups and walked around the track. And on the awards night that we had for that class, I was getting the PFT ribbon, and I was presented it to by my colonel, which when he delivered it to me in the awards ceremony, he started to cry because he had never seen a disabled person achieve this award and have so much integrity to try to achieve it in his years of teaching. So that was that part of my school. I will continue my school years in another video. Have a great day.